Adoatv.
Hello there, good evening, and thanks for joining us on today's news bulletin. This is the evening news right from our studios at the John Evans 50th Timber's High Street in Accra. We're also streaming live on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana, on YouTube at Adoatv GH, and around the world at adoanewsonline.com. My name is Jonathan Amanda. News is proudly sponsored by Asatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Verna Mineral Water. Now, coming up in tonight's news bulletin, Captain Kojo Chikata has passed on as family is bound to hold private burial in accordance with his wish. We'll bring you some excerpt of the 2022 budget, especially on the 1.75% tax imposed on mobile money and other e-transactions. Also in this bulletin, we'll also bring you issues popping up as a result of the cessation of road tolls and the Speaker's take on that directive. We have the details to that and more right in the news bulletin. Do stay. Thanks for staying with us. Remember, this is your hub of comprehensive and compendious news update. My name is Jonathan Amanata. Very first story. Captain retired Kojo Chikata, the former head of National Security and Foreign Affairs of the Provisional National Defense Council (PNDC), has passed on. According to the family, the former member of the Council of State, who has been unwell, died in the early hours of Saturday, November 20, 2021. This cause of his death has not yet been disclosed. In accordance with his wishes, the family would arrangements for a private family funeral. A statement signed by Colonel retired Joshua Agbotui and Fui Chikata said the 85-year-old was appointed in 1982 under the Jerry John Rawlings administration and had been in charge of national security since 1982 and later joined the Rawlings administration on January 21, 1995. The deceased was a captain of the Ghana Army. In 1995, he was asked to join a negotiating team with Ibn Chambers, the then Deputy Foreign Minister, and Brigadier General Ajemfra. He rejected a national award to be conferred on him in the category of the Order of Voter Companion under President John Agyekum Kufuor. He was listed as one of the 6 government officials under the NDC regime to receive the award. Captain Chikata received one of Angola's highest honors, known as Carlos Silva, among Angolan fighters for his role in the struggle of national independence. The soul of Captain Chikata rests in the bosom of the Lord. Now, away from that, as part of efforts by government to make in more revenue for the country, government has slapped a 1.75% levy on mobile money and other electronic transactions that exceed 100 Ghana cedis per day. The levy, called Electronic Transaction Levy or e-levy, is contained in the 2022 budget, delivering the 2022 budget statement and economic policy in Parliament on Wednesday, November 17, 2021. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta noted that the levy, when effective, will not affect people whose monthly transaction totaled 3,000 Ghanaian cedis.
Total value of transactions from May 2021 to October 2021 amounted to 34 billion. We believe this initiative will be truly transformative of our revenue mobilization and service delivery agenda. Mr. Speaker, COVID-19 contributed to the acceleration of the digitalization of Africa. Data from the Bank of Ghana confirms a growing trend in online trade. The data showed that between February 2020 and February 2021 alone, Ghana saw an increase of over 120% in the value of digital transactions compared to 44% for the period February 2019 to February 2020. Apart from the convenience online trading offers, The surge, as happened globally, was primarily due to the increase in the use of digital platforms as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Total value of transactions for 2020 was estimated to be over 500 billion Ghana cedis compared to 78 billion cedis in 2016, just 5 years ago. While total money subscribers and active mobile money users have grown by an average rate of 18% and 16% respectively between 2016 and 2019. Mr. Speaker, it has become clear that there is this enormous potential to increase tax revenue by bringing into the tax bracket transactions that will be best defined as being undertaken in the informal economy. After considerable deliberation, government has decided to place a levy on all electronic transactions to widen the tax net and rope in the informal sector. This shall be known as the Electronic Transaction Levy or e-levy. Electronic
Stay on issues pertaining to the 2022 budget. Meanwhile, the leading opposition in Parliament, the National Democratic Congress, has said the budget and economic policy has only introduced some new hardship bound to be faced by Ghanaians. Addressing Parliamentary Press Corps, ranking Member of Parliament Finance Committee and Member of Parliament for Ejumako Enyan Isiam constituency, Cassiel Atu-Hayford, says it is unfortunate that the budget falls below what is required and the crisis within the economy is set to deepen.
The reversal of the benchmark values discount will immediately result in 25 to 30% increase in the prices of essential imported commodities, which will make life almost impossible to live for millions of Ghanaian households. This Christmas, ladies and gentlemen, will go down as the most bitter and painful for Ghanaians as they will struggle to put food on the table for their families due to the draconian fiscal and tax policies that has been introduced by the Akufo-Addo government. Let me say that all these justifications by the Vice President gave the justifications given to us by the Vice President that the discount is going to increase the port volumes has proven to be a propaganda and cheap politicking. He has completely failed Ghanaians with his misleading claim on the economy. January 2022, every single remittance from anybody living abroad to your mother, to your father, and for the purposes of your investment is going to attract taxes from this administration. We think this is not acceptable, and we will advise ourselves when the time comes. Again, we are seeing that they are going to introduce a special tax on mobile money. We have served notice through our minority leader that the minority caucus of Ghana's parliament will stand by Ghanaian, the ordinary Ghanaian, in opposing this Momo tax. Let me also say that we have seen a 15% increase in all government fees and charges, and we think that that is a bit too much, and the government may need to think about it. These new tax measures will bring great suffering to Ghanaians who have already been choked with taxes. The electronic transaction levy will not only increase the hardships, but will significantly compromise inward remittance, which is relied upon heavily by many Ghanaian households.
Honorable Cassiel Atu-Hayford there. Now, away from that, let's talk issues pertaining to the cessation of road tolls. The decision of the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amoakwata, to order the immediate cessation of the collection of tolls on the public roads was due to chaos at the various toll booths following the announcement by the finance minister. This is according to a statement issued by the Public Affairs Unit of the Ministry of Roads and Highways. According to the statement, the decision of the minister was to restore order at the toll booths and avoid the exchange of fisticuffs. The statement dated November 18, 2021 noted the Minister of Finance statement either got misunderstood or misinterpreted by some motorists, as many of them deemed the statement as having immediate effect and therefore decided not to pay the road and bridge tolls. The insistence of the tolls collectors to have the tolls paid caused serious confusion and in some cases resulted in fisticuffs and damage to lives and properties, part of the statement said. The ministry further assured that the action taken was to suspend the operationalization of the collection of tolls and not to suspend the law, it noted. Still stay on the issue pertaining to the cessation of the road tolls. The Speaker of Parliament says the Minister for Roads and Highways and absolutely nobody has authority to implement such law. The Speaker says what the Minister had directed was complete butchroom foreman, an empty boast which must be withdrawn, failure of which would amount to a contempt of Parliament.
That statement seems to undermine the authority of Parliament. That statement offends any of the powers of this House to legislate. Clearly, what happened on the 17th, Tuesday 17th November 2021, was the Minister of Finance representing His Excellency's President and presenting to this House the budget and financial proposals for the year 2022. And it's effective 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2022. That was what the Minister sought to do. Until this budget is approved, all what is contained in the budget are proposals. We have the authority to approve. They have been given the authority, pursuant to Article 179, to prepare and lay before the House. And we have to approve that. So those are policy proposals that the Minister has presented. Until they are approved, nobody, and I mean nobody, has the authority to start implementing something that has no existence. And so, I want to clearly address that what the Minister has released is complete good fully. It means it's an empty boast. It has no effect.
Hey, let's still stay in Parliament. Meanwhile, the Majority Chief Whip of Parliament, Honorable Frank Anodompre, on behalf of the majority, has expressed displeasure on the process leading to the Speaker's decision on the Roads and Highways Minister's press release. The Member of Parliament for Insawam, Adoa, says the Speaker failed to convey the sense of the House.
I think all of you witnessed the introductory remarks that were made coming under Order 72 by the minority. And the majority leader was spot on when he said that if you read Order 72, whoever comes under that order needs the leave of both the Speaker and the entire House. Back and forth, the argument was clear. You heard the minority leader concede that, well, then going forward, they will also want to insist, in totality, and ensure that we read the law to its totality. Be it as it may, I think that the Speaker ruled, but we need to give a bit of a background to this matter.
There was a press release that was issued by the minister, the sector minister, and it's the bone of contention. Now, we are of the view that the speaker, and as you know, per our standing order, the speaker is an arbiter or a referee when we are sitting. And so anytime there should be a directive from Parliament as an institution, as an arm of government, it has to convey a consensus position of the House. So sometimes matters come up and we put it to vote, sometimes voice vote, sometimes by voting. Why do we do that? We do that to get the sense of the House. On this occasion, we should recognize that the Speaker has no persona in this matter. And I respect him a lot as a lawyer. I respect him. He's the longest serving member of Parliament. But when he errs, we need to put it to him in a very dignified way. We think that the Speaker failed to convey the sense of the House. Those of you who have been in this House long enough, anytime there is a debate, the Speaker will ask, what is the sense of the House? Why do they ask all those questions? The questions that they ask more often, they are not rhetorical. It is based on practice and our standing orders, because the Speaker cannot rule by his own authority and say, I'm directing. The Speaker is not above Parliament. The Speaker is not a member of Parliament. So the Speaker's rulings will convey the position of the House. So to start with, within the Speaker, for want of a better word, the Speaker erred in his
Was
ruling.
Honorable Anodompre, the Majority Chief Whip of Parliament, there given a stake on the cessation of road tolls. Now, in a related development on the cessation, some commercial drivers have expressed mixed reactions towards the directive by the government on the scrapping of toll booths nationwide. Their comments comes after the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amoakwata, called for the cessation of road tolls a few hours after it was contained in the 2022 budget statement presented by the Finance Minister on the floor of Parliament.
The abolishment of road and bridge tolls by the Roads and Highways Minister, Kwesi Amoakwata, which the ministry claims was to intercede in the chaotic situations that occurred at the various booths, has been greeted with mixed reactions, with many crucifying the minister. In an interaction with some commercial drivers, they expressed divergent views. Michael Andofo is a commercial driver at the station. According to him, this will help reduce traffic, hence a good decision. Meanwhile, Jacob has an opposing view. For him, scrapping the toll booths is a misplaced priority.
For staying with us, you're still live from our studios at the John Evans Fifiatemos High Street in Accra. Now let's look at some happenings in the world of business. As part of efforts by government to rake in more revenue for the country, the government has imposed a 1.75% levy on mobile money and other electronic transactions that exceed 100 Ghana cedis per day. Reacting to the 2022 budget statement and economic policy, economist Reverend Dr. Samuel Wolanyo Mensah said the government is in the right direction to take more revenue. He spoke to my colleague Nanyama Collins of the Business Desk in a phone interview.
By and large, I think the 2022 budget is a welcoming one in the sense that it tries to summarize socioeconomic development activity compared to the previous budget. And I've seen that the 2022 budget statement tries to also present certain policies and programs that will really help the poor and the vulnerable in society to be able to be creative and also worked on the employment opportunities by developing the technical know-how through the entrepreneurship. And I strongly believe that if what has been read is implemented with this fiscal discipline, we should be able to achieve greater results as a country. Notwithstanding the new taxes that have been introduced, I think are welcoming because they are all part of the digitization process. And so once you have been able to roll out a robust digitized programs and policies, I think it's really going to help you to harness more revenue, generate more revenue for socioeconomic development, and also it will help you in prudent management of the economy, reduce wastages and fraudulent activities, and also take care of issues about corruption. And so I think it's a laudable one. The only issue that I have problem with has to do with the toll booths. As I think that it's a harsh economic, political decision they have taken, and such decisions are always an economic decisions.
More business news following the recent financial sector cleanup. The government says it has become imperative for it to embark on a financial literacy campaign across the country to promote understanding of the benefits and risks associated with financial product and services and enable Ghanaians make decisions in their best interest. To this, a 5-year, that is from 2021 to 2025, National Financial Literacy Strategy, which was developed to serve as a blueprint for the financial literacy program, according to the government, will be implemented in 2022 with a pilot in some selected districts to test the appropriateness of the design literacy tools and materials.
Scale up, we commence engagement with participating financial institutions to promote residential rent-to-own schemes and to support the development of a private sector mortgage refinance institution. With the support of the Adoatv Ghana Cares program, the National Home Ownership Fund is facilitate the use of innovative products to tap into pension funds and other long-term funds to support home ownership in Ghana. Trade and industry. A total of 278 1D1F projects are at various stages of implementation, out of which 106 factories are operational. The companies that are currently operational have created a total of 156,782 direct and indirect jobs, 17,451 of which were created in 2021. It is expected, Mr. Speaker, that the completion of the 1D1F projects currently under construction and in the pipeline will create additional 131,817 direct and indirect jobs in 134...
Business news, do well to log on to our website on adoanewsonline.com/business. Now in the world of sport, the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, has presented a prize package from President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics team. This follows a pledge of cash to the team and a vehicle to the bronze winner Samuel Techi during a courtesy call on the President at the Jubilee House. At a press ceremony at the Sports Ministry, the sector minister reiterated that government is committed to the development of sport and sporting activities across the country.
On behalf of the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, as well as his deputy, and on my own behalf, it is my privilege and honor to sit here today to welcome gallant sportsmen and women who have lifted high the flag of Ghana in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games.
This is in fulfillment of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, assurance to Samuel Techi and the team. We are here this morning to present the equivalent of $10,000 a brand new Nissan Sunny to Samuel Techi, an equivalent of $5,000 in city terms to his colleagues, athletes, and coaches. And I've said it time again, that government is committed in supporting all sports. So this is the key.
Tokyo 2020 to come home successfully. Let me once again say a very big thank you to Your Excellency, and of course
I'm going to thank our President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and my Minister, Minister Mustafa. I'm going to thank all of you, and God bless.
Interesting now to some more sports stories. The Ghana Football Association has launched the newly introduced Women's Premier Super Cup and the Juvenile Champions League on Thursday, November 18, 2021 at the Ghana Football Association Secretariat. GFA President Kurt Okweku, during the launching of the Women's Super Cup, confirmed that the competition shall consist of 8 clubs, including Azakes Ladies, other 7 clubs. There will be a special prize package for women players, such as a top scorer, the best player, and other special prizes.
Champions League. This tells you how strong women Premier League is or has become. Okay, if a club from Ghana can dominate the West African zone, which is made up of countries like the Ivory Coast, the Nigeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, and become champions and go all the way onto the African continent, that is beyond West Africa, and are currently in the grand finale of first ever champions. We say kudos to Azakes. So Azakes Ladies will be playing alongside Berry Ladies, soccer intellectuals, lady strikers, Ampenda Ladies,
Master Sports Academy, Ashtown Ladies, and Prison Ladies. The participating teams shall receive financial support of 10,000 Ghana cedis per club from the Ghana Football Association to take care of logistics needed in preparations towards the competition. Indeed, the format for the competition allows for 2 groups of 4 teams on an all-play-all basis for the group stage, and of course, then we shall have the semi-finals and then the grand finale. The games will be held in Accra, and the venue will be the Madina Zongo Sports Complex. Is that correct? So we expect that at the end of the tournament, the winner will take home 15,000 Ghana cedis plus 30 gold medals plus a coveted trophy.
Thanks for your time. This is how far would come to you with today's edition of the evening news right from our studios at the John Evans Fifia Temos High Street in Accra. For more news, do well to log on to our website on adoanewsonline.com. Until then, my name is Jonathan Hammer. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy the rest of our programs.